Hello and welcome to Total Health with Dr. Nick, where my purpose is to inspire, empower, and motivate you to live longer, healthier, and more abundant lives. And today's video is all about carb cycling. Yes, carb cycling. Some of you maybe have never heard about it, but I guarantee you if you try this out, this may be the greatest single factor that will catapult your results, because many of you may be struggling. You're thinking, I don't know if I want to do keto anymore. I'm not getting the results I'm looking to get. I'm not losing the weight. My energy's not good. I'm not getting the muscle gains I want. Well, this may be exactly what you need to do. So guys, make sure you watch to the end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to implement carb cycling so that you get greater energy, greater weight loss. And of course, if you're looking to build muscle, you'll have more muscle gains also too. So guys, before we get started, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click that little bell notification so you get notified anytime I do a video. And hey, if you're looking for a little bit more help and you don't want to do this alone, you don't have to. Check out my keto course. The link is in the description below. Guys, I think you'll find it's the best keto course out there. I'll tell you what, it's got inspiration, it's got motivation. If you want to know how to meal plan, recipe guides, shopping guides, it's got inspirational movies in it. It tells you every step of the way what to do in every single phase, so it takes out all the guesswork and you'll get the results you're looking for. And hey, if that's not a fit for you, also down below, I've got my cookbook. Keto is super simple, the KISS cookbook. Check that out too. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive on in with what is carb cycling anyway? What is this all about? Well, carb cycling is a method whereby you vary your carbohydrates level, maybe week by week, month by month, or year by year, depending on what your necessity is. Are you an elite athlete? Are you a weekend warrior? Or are you just a regular person who's looking to get in shape? You can vary your carbs depending on your activity level. And in fact, like I said in my opening, it's a good thing to do that because it can really catapult your results. So how many carbs you consume during this time may vary depending on your body composition, activity level, and your health goals. People who tend to do this, people who tend to carb cycle, and by the way, I carb cycle all the time. My carbs vary on a regular basis. Now, why do I do that? Think about this, guys. Our ancestors never knew when they were going to have food. There was a lot of variation. In fact, that's one of the biggest problems I find today with people that do the keto diet is they stick to the same numbers, the same macros. Now, when you first start out, that's a good idea. I understand that because you don't know really how much to eat. You don't know how many carbs you need, how much protein, how much fat. So sticking to some steadfast numbers is a good thing to do initially, but then you want to change, because what happens is many of you start to hit that plateau at a few months into it, or maybe 6 months into it, where you're just not seeing the results anymore, and you're thinking, I'm doing everything I did before. I don't get it. I'm not seeing results anymore. And that's about when you want to bail out, right? If that's the case, let me know if that's you. Just put your comment down in the description below. But yeah, I know what you're thinking. I've had that myself, where you just seem to not be getting any more results. Well, carb cycling is really the way to go with this. So what you want to do is look at the fact that our ancestors, like I said, never knew when they were going to have a meal. They never knew if they were going to go days, if not a week, without eating. They never knew if what they were going to have. It was going to be an elk, if it was going to be a bison, if it was going to be some type of, grass they found, or a berry or fruit. And it was all seasonal. When it was seasonal, they never knew what was going to come into fruition at that point. Maybe at certain times of the year there were certain fruits or certain things they can forage. That changed all the time. So their carbohydrate levels always changed. Their protein levels changed. Their fat levels changed. That's what we got used to doing. But when you're on the keto diet today, you're sticking so steadfast that your body gets too used to it. When you're working out, one of the best things we can do is vary the workouts. You want to train harder. You want to train lighter. You want to train faster. You want to train slower. You want to train lighter. You want to train heavier. By changing your workouts, you get muscle confusion. Well, the same thing has to happen when it comes to your diet. Your body gets used to it, and what ends up happening is if you're eating the same amount of carbs and proteins and fats and calories every day, your body establishes a set point. And so one of the greatest things I do in my diet all the time is I change. It's always varying, so you want to make sure you're doing that too. So based on whether you want to boost athletic performance, whether you want to improve body composition, or whether you want to break through a weight loss plateau, doing some type of carb cycling is going to be the best way to go. So why carb cycle? Well, one of the best reasons is obviously weight or fat loss. You want to lose weight, you want to lose fat, vary your carbs. Many people restrict their carbs in order to lose weight, then they reintroduce carbs in order to increase muscle growth. Yes, when you increase carbs, it increases your insulin levels. When you increase insulin, it becomes very anabolic. So when you want to put on more muscle mass, bodybuilders tend to have some carbs right after their workouts. That way it helps to get the protein shuttled into the muscle a lot better. So doing that helps to build more muscle mass. More muscle mass means it increases your metabolic rate. In fact, your basal metabolic rate will go up. So that way you will burn more calories even when you're doing nothing. When you're sitting home resting on a couch, when you have more muscle mass, you will actually burn more calories and lose more weight, increasing your athletic performance. So by increasing the amount of carbohydrates you take in or varying it up and down, you can actually increase the amount of glycogen storage. And by increasing glycogen storage, you can actually help repair and recover a lot faster. According to an article published in Nutrition Reviews, since training requires adequate restoration of muscle glycogen stores, eating high carbohydrates before or after exercise might help with training and recovery. So that's it. Add more carbohydrates, either right before your workout or right after. It'll actually increase your glycogen stores, and by doing that, you recover a lot faster. And then, you know what? You can get to the gym a lot faster. You can work out a lot harder, because if you're always sore, you don't really want to go to the gym again the next day. But by actually recovering faster, you're going to want to get to the gym faster and get even better results. Overcoming a plateau. That's probably one of the biggest problems I see with the ketogenic diet. You hit that point at about the 6th month where you all of a sudden stop losing weight. And like I said, you're doing everything you did before, but it's not seeming to work anymore. Well, guys, that's because your body got used to it. Your body got used to the same amount of carbs, the same amount of protein, same amount of calories. So by varying the carbs, varying maybe your fats or proteins, you will actually shock your body into realizing, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? Something different's happening. So you don't get that set point like I was talking about, where your body gets used to burning a certain amount of calories. You actually shock your body back into losing weight again. So one thing I do is, depending on the days, and this is one of the reasons why you want to watch to the very end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to implement carb cycling. Depending on the days, what my activity level is, it's going to depend on whether I go up or down in my carbs. So like I said, watch to the end where I show you exactly how to do that. Now, obviously, there's also health benefits of carb cycling. The hormonal benefits are numerous. According to an article published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition and European Journal of Applied Physiology, eating high amounts of carbs for several days will raise your anabolic hormones, testosterone and insulin. Like I talked about, whenever your body takes in carbs, it goes anabolic rather than catabolic. That means it's building, okay? So when it's building, you elevate your levels of testosterone and insulin, and by doing that, you create an anabolic response in the body. A lot of bodybuilders do that. When they work out, they want to create an anabolic response. That's why they sometimes take anabolic steroids, but many of them also like to biohack their systems to where they create an anabolic state. That way, when they take in more proteins, their body actually builds more muscle, and you can do that too. Not only that, according to the Journal of Sports Science and Medicine, meanwhile, increasing insulin levels will help replenish your glycogen stores, which helps your muscles repair following exercise. And that's what I said. One of the worst things is when you're not repairing your muscle quickly enough before your next workout. You could actually tear your muscle down too much. So by having adequate repair before you go into your next workout, one, you're going to want to work out, and two, you're not going to be causing damage to your muscles. And once again, as I said before, when you build muscle while you're on the ketogenic diet, or any other diet for that matter, your basal metabolic rate goes up and you actually burn calories even when you're at rest. Improved muscle growth. According to the International Journal of Sports Nutrition, many people interested in carb cycling have a rigorous exercise routine. Studies show that athletic performance improves after a carb loading phase, exactly what I talked about earlier. And in the Journal of Applied Physiology, other studies show that carbohydrates can help build and repair muscles after exercise, which will then lead to muscle growth. Same thing we talked about, guys. So lots of studies all about how carbohydrates actually help your body repair and recuperate so you can get into another workout faster. But I know a lot of you just aren't into building muscle. You want to lose weight too. Well, weight loss is also one of the benefits. Advocates for carb cycling argue that since carb cycling appears to regulate your hormones, stimulate muscle growth, and help you recover quickly from workouts, it should also then help you lose weight. And like I said, that's the same thing we talked about earlier. I'm beating this up, I know it, but it's just one bit of research after another proving that if you carb cycle, your body will replenish faster, build glycogen stores faster, build muscle faster, regulate hormones faster, and as a result, your body will burn more fat. Like I said before, even while at rest, you will burn more fat than the average person sitting around watching TV. So how do we implement carb cycling? Okay, so how do we put this all together? Well, it's very simple. You're going to look once again at your activity level and you're going to determine whether you need more carbs for that or less carbs for that. So there's days where I take in, say, 30 grams of carbs or 20 grams of carbs when I really don't have much going on other than I'm just seeing patients, I'm not at the gym, I'm not having any kind of rigorous workout. And then when I'm having more rigorous workouts, I'm going to be increasing my carbs. So whether you're an elite athlete. Now, an elite athlete, you might have something that goes on seasonally. You might have nothing going on for 5 or 6 months of the year, then all of a sudden you have an event you're getting ready for, maybe a decathlon coming up, or maybe you have some type of marathon or an Ironman competition. Well, when you're getting ready for that, you may all of a sudden seasonally change your carbohydrate load. You might go up just for an entire season. If you're not an elite athlete, but you're a weekend warrior, someone like myself who's at the gym, or maybe you like to run an occasional race or a marathon of some kind, or maybe just someone who just wants to be able to vary your carbs and vary your diet, well, you do it very differently. You might just increase carbs on heavy workout days or certain days of the week where you know you're going to have an increased load. So what it looks like on my schedule is this. I work out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So on those days, that's when my carbs are going to go up. Now, they don't go up crazy. They don't go up like so many other Americans do where it's in the 300 range because they're eating muffins and bagels and pastries and things like that, and toast and sandwiches and rice for dinner and all these different things. Mine goes up just a little bit. So I might take in about 125 grams, say, on a Monday. On Tuesday, I'm back down low again to, say, about 50. Wednesday, back up at, say, about 100, and it can go up, give or take 25 points from there. Thursday, I'm thinking, well, I've had a lot of carbs there Monday and Wednesday, so now I'm going to go low, so that way I give myself a chance to wipe out glycogen storage again. So I go down to, say, about 30. Friday, I'm back up again because it's another workout day for me. Saturday isn't such a hard workout day for me, so it's a little bit less. I might just have about 75 grams, and then Sunday, maybe 50 again. So depending on the workout I'm doing, my workouts are harder typically on Mondays and Fridays. They're not as hard on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I go down just a little bit in the carbs then. So depending on your lifestyle, depending on how hard you work out, depending on if you're an elite athlete, seasonal races, things like that, if you have marathons coming up, if you have an Ironman, things like that, or if you're an Olympic athlete and you really want to increase muscle mass, performance levels, By the way, when you think of carbs and fats, I want you to understand this. Your body is a hybrid machine just like a car is. Your body is designed to burn sugars and it is designed to burn fats. It goes back and forth. When your body needs quick bursts of energy, that's when it typically uses carbs. So if you're a sprinter, you need to make sure that you're having more carbs for the race. You're not going to be using fats so much. If you're an endurance runner, like maybe an Ironman, or you're going to be running, say, a ultra marathoner and you run a 50-mile race, things like that, you want to be running more off of fats. It works better that way. So depending on your level of activity, depending on your level of elite athleticism, that's what's going to determine what types of carbs you eat, how much, what types of fats you eat, and how much. So guys, I hope this is great information for you. If so, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check out my other videos. If you like this one, you're going to love those too. And guys, I love and appreciate you. Thanks so much for supporting my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.